The app arrived without warning. It was as if it materialized out of thin air, catching everyone off guard. No one knew where it came from or who created it. It was just there, suddenly, like a whisper in the void. It was called Whisper, a new kind of social media, total anonymity. No one knew who was behind the posts. It promised a space where you could be anyone or no one at all, no profiles, no friends, no followers, just a blank canvas for your innermost thoughts and secrets. It was a digital diary, a place to unburden your soul without the weight of identity, just a blank screen to spill your deepest thoughts. People flocked to it. It was a place where they could be truly themselves, without fear of judgment. The allure of anonymity was irresistible. It was a sanctuary for the voiceless, a refuge for the misunderstood. The internet buzzed with excitement. Whisper was the talk of the town, the new sensation everyone was curious about. It was a phenomenon, a digital wildfire spreading through the hearts and minds of millions. Whisper became the hottest app overnight. It climbed the charts rapidly, outpacing all other social media platforms. It was a revolution in the way people communicated, a new frontier in the digital age. Millions downloaded it, eager to confess their secrets. They were drawn to the promise of anonymity, the allure of a digital confessional. It was a place where they could shed their masks and reveal their true selves, if only for a moment. They thought they were safe in the darkness. They were wrong. The shadows held secrets of their own, and Whisper was listening. It was more than just an app. It was a portal to the unknown, a gateway to the hidden corners of the human psyche. And in the end, it was the whispers in the void that would reveal the deepest truths. Ellie, a lonely marketing executive, found solace in Whisper. She was often surrounded by people, yet felt an overwhelming sense of isolation. Her days were filled with meetings and deadlines, but her nights were empty and quiet. Despite the constant buzz of activity around her, Ellie felt like she was drifting through life without a true connection. The office chatter, the endless emails, and the constant pressure to perform left her feeling drained and disconnected. She felt lost in the city's crowded streets, a face in the throng. The hustle and bustle of the city only amplified her loneliness, making her feel like a small, insignificant part of a much larger machine. The bright lights and the ceaseless noise of the city were a stark contrast to the emptiness she felt inside. Every passerby seemed to have a purpose, a destination, while Ellie wandered aimlessly, searching for something she couldn't quite define. But on Whisper, she could be herself. It was a place where she could express her true feelings without fear of judgment. She found comfort in the anonymity it provided, allowing her to share her deepest thoughts and emotions. Whisper became her sanctuary, a digital haven where she could escape the pressures of her daily life. Here, she could be vulnerable, honest, and raw, without the fear of being misunderstood or ridiculed. She poured her heart into the void. Every message she sent was a piece of her soul, a cry for connection in a world that seemed indifferent to her existence. Each post was a silent plea for understanding, a way to reach out to others who might be feeling the same way. The responses she received were like lifelines, pulling her back from the brink of despair. She found solace in the shared experiences of strangers, each interaction a reminder that she was not alone. Her anxieties, her dreams, her fears. She shared them all, hoping to find someone who understood, someone who could relate to her struggles and triumphs. The platform became a mirror, reflecting her innermost thoughts and feelings. She found herself opening up in ways she never thought possible, revealing parts of herself that she had kept hidden for so long. The anonymity of Whisper gave her the courage to confront her deepest insecurities and fears. No judgment, only the quiet hum of her phone. The anonymity was liberating. She felt lighter, freer. Each interaction on Whisper was a small step towards healing, a way to unburden her mind and heart. The weight of her loneliness began to lift, replaced by a sense of connection and understanding. She started to look forward to her nights, knowing that she had a place where she could be herself, where she could find comfort and support. She had no idea she was stepping into a nightmare. What started as a safe haven soon turned into a web of deceit and danger. as the shadows of the digital world began to close in on her. The very anonymity that had once been her shield became a weapon used against her. She found herself entangled in a sinister game where trust was a rare commodity, and every interaction was fraught with uncertainty. The digital haven she had come to rely on was now a labyrinth of fear and betrayal, and Ellie realized that escaping it would be far more difficult than she had ever imagined. One night, a message appeared on Ellie's phone, breaking the silence of her dimly lit room. The sudden glow of the screen was almost blinding in the darkness, pulling her attention away from the comforting shadows. The message read, "I know who you are," simple yet chilling. The words seemed to echo in the stillness of the room. Ellie's heart skipped a beat as she read the words. Her mind raced with questions. Who could have sent this? What did they mean? The possibilities were endless and terrifying. It was just a prank, she told herself, trying to dismiss the unease that crept into her thoughts. But the more she tried to convince herself, the more the fear took root. A cruel joke in the digital darkness, she reasoned, but the feeling of being watched lingered. The shadows seemed to grow longer, the silence more oppressive. She took a deep breath, put the phone down and walked away, hoping to shake off the unsettling feeling. She tried to focus on her breathing, counting each inhale and exhale, but the message was like a splinter in her mind. Ellie tried to focus on other things, listening to the whispers of her favorite stories, immersing herself in books. She hoped the familiar words would drown out the fear, but the unease was persistent. But the message lingered in her mind, a shadow she couldn't quite escape. It was as if the words had been etched into her thoughts, refusing to be erased. It gnawed at her, a tiny seed of doubt that grew with each passing moment. Someone out there knew her secret, but how? And why now? The questions haunted her, leaving her restless and anxious. She paced the room, her mind a whirlwind of fear and confusion. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind outside seemed to carry a hidden threat. The night stretched on, and Ellie knew that this was just the beginning of a mystery that would unravel her world. Section 4, whispers turned to screams. The messages escalated. "I know where you live." Ellie's blood ran cold. "This was no joke. I can see you." Each message felt like a knife twisting in her gut. They knew her routine, her habits, her fears. Ellie felt a chill run down her spine. Someone was watching her, tracking her every move, but who? Section 5. When silence breaks. One night her phone glitched. The screen flickered, the Whisper app flashing erratically. Then a message, impossible, terrifying. "I'm here." Panic seized Ellie. This wasn't just online anymore. This was real. This was in her home. Her breath caught in her throat. The room felt smaller, the silence heavier. She was trapped. Section 6. The open door. Then she heard it, a soft creak, from her front door. Slowly, silently, it swung open, revealing only darkness. A final message flashed on her phone. 3 little words dripping with malice. "I'm inside."